It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. I am happy that you're here. Today's episode is one that I just am very pleased to share with you because I have a recording that I've made that I really, really like and that I hope that you will like as well. I have been recording some meditations, improvised meditations on the piano. And we've been talking about it. Several of the episodes of this series have revolved around this idea of meditation. And I've recorded some and put them out on my own YouTube channel. I've also had some of them published by Aphoria Music. And I'm still very proud to be an Aphoria Music contributing artist. And I'll be creating some more content for them as the days and weeks progress. But they have just, in the last week, published one of my meditations, and it is by far my favorite of all the meditations that I've done. And I want to link to it here at the end of the video and just to share it with you, to bring it to your attention, because it's got some stuff in there that I really, really am proud of. So in one of the episodes of the Daily Doug, I was talking a little bit about the mechanics of how I do these improvised meditations. If you go on YouTube and you tune into some of these channels that have these, music to sleep to, these 8-hour, 10-hour, 3-hour videos that you can put on and just sort of have in the background forever, there's a lot of looping involved with those, where you take a certain amount of sound and you just kind of roll it over and roll it over and roll it over, and it becomes this long spinned out thing. And it's sort of contrived, but it does the task that it needs to do, that it's designed to do. Well, I had something different in mind when I wanted to start creating some of these piano improvised meditations. I wanted to see if I could play from beginning to end without any cuts and without any real looping or effects added to the sound. I just want to see, can I record the piano with me playing it in a way that over a 10, 15, 20, 30 minute time period can be sort of atmospheric and an invitation for healing and relaxation and just finding some peace. And I've found, to my delight, that I have a little bit of that capability. And in this particular one, it's called Still, is what we're calling it. And Aphoria has published it, and it is set to the setting sun. So it starts with the sun in the sky, and you get a couple of different images and videos that take you through the winding down of the day, at least from the sun being in the sky to the sun setting to the afterglow of a sunset to moonlit skies to starry skies. And the idea is over, in this instance, a 28-minute period. One can relax into sort of nighttime mode, or use it to go to sleep, or use it just to find some peace from the stresses of the day. And I think it's very effective, and I'm very proud of the way that it looks, but I'm also really proud of the way that it sounds. I wanted to see if there was a way for me to keep it as simple and as still as possible. One of the things that keeps running through my mind as I'm doing these is, what chord should I hit next? Or what key should I modulate to next? While you're trying to keep playing and keep the sound going. And I'm led to try to think about that, because as a composer, when I'm improvising, that's normally what we're trying to come up with. What I'm trying to do is, what's the next thing? What sound should come next that might throw people for a loop, or be interesting, or remind people that it's my music or my sound that they're hearing. And there's a definite ego to that. because it's part of the palette of skills that I've cultivated over the years as a composer. But doing these improvised meditations, I'm quickly learning they're not about me at all. And they're not about what chords I know or what harmonies I can conceive of to string them together. What it's really about is creating space for the mind to just lose a little bit of track of time and give it a sense of time to relax. And so with this particular recording, I feel like I captured that as best as I could. As you listen to this, just remember that it's just me sitting at the piano, and I have no idea what's going to happen next, and just trying to just be there with you. And there's some really neat effects that happen through this. One of the things that I did was to kind of force me to kind of stay in the same general key or the same general set of key areas. I held the soft pedal down completely the entire time, and I also held the sustain pedal down the entire time that I was playing. So both feet were depressed, and so it kind of got a little tiring towards the end. But what that does is it allows for the sound to just sort of ooze from the piano and linger. So as you're hearing this, and you hear this really sort of ringing, almost overtone-like quality to the sound, know that that's because everything is being sustained, and I'm trying to highlight notes that work with the notes that have been already played and that will be played in the near future. And I consider it a great accomplishment, and I'm really, really proud of it. I'm going to link to it. It's going to be right up there. I hope that you listen to it. I hope that you give Aphoria Music a subscription because they put out great content. And my channel's also down here. And give me a subscribe. And stay tuned to all the latest stuff that we're doing. Until next time, this has been The Daily Doug.